Hello there, you're welcome to the first episode of Literacy Talks with Twmn. I'm the founder of the Writers Manger Network, and today I'll be talking about promoting literacy in rural communities. The United Nations Children Education Fund estimates that children in rural communities are less likely to take part in education or educational activities when compared to their counterparts in the urban areas. The National Geographic Channel defines a rural community to be a community with a swath of land, a small population of people, and also very few houses in these communities. In the rural communities, there are a lot of challenges that surround literacy, and literacy has to do with a person's ability to read and write. The very first challenge in these rural communities is poor funding. Most of the schools in these rural communities are poorly funded, and the materials, the resources that are needed to help these children to read and write are not available. A second challenge is broken infrastructure. From my work with the Writers Manger Network in going to these rural communities to promote literacy, we find out that a lot of these students have to stand to listen to their teachers. Some of them do not have school uniforms to wear and other materials that are necessary for their growth and advancement in literacy. A third factor that we need to work on is the absence of teacher training and low teacher motivation. A lot of the teachers in these rural communities do not have further training, and this further impedes the growth of literacy in these rural communities. I want us to pause at this point and think. Many of these children in these rural communities have a high level of intelligence, and a lot of them are very skilled and creative and innovative. And for a very long time, we have sidelined these children and forgetting that these children would form a good quorum for us in terms of human resources. But for a very long time, we have forgotten about this gold mine that God has given to us freely. What then is the way forward? Each person has to start from their families, each person has to start from their clan, each person has to start from their village if we must bring literacy to these rural communities. And oftentimes when we talk about the poor literacy rates in rural communities, we are always tempted to think that it is an African problem. But research shows that it is not. Countries who we consider as developed nations of the world also have challenges with promoting literacy in their rural communities. So we therefore see that this is indeed a global challenge. Corporate organizations and governments need to do more in promoting literacy in these rural areas, because these children are part of us. These children are one and the same with all of us in our different nations and communities. We have to embark on community literacy programs. We have to continue to create this awareness that these children are part of us, these children are intelligent, these children have what it takes to become great. So I encourage all of us to start from where we are today, one child, one village, one clan, one nation, one continent per time. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Twmn, and this was the first episode of our Literacy Talks. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.